Right. Okay, I apologise for that. I'm so late. I apologise. Um, we are in the middle of a debate. I believe this is the debate on Defence Against Treason Act. We have a very packed government bench today, and a very small opposition. We've only got 3 seats here, 3 attending members, 2 from the Social Democrats and 1 from the Labour Party. Whilst the government, I am seeing. Oh, we do actually have a Shanadori here, so I cannot count them. But I believe that is. Yes, 8 members. No, my member. Oh my god, 9 members. I'm losing my mind. However, yes, this is the Oireachtas. We'll be discussing legislation. Yesterday was the questioning session where quite a few questions were raised. I'm just going to put the link out now. Again, I apologise. I'm so late, but no, that's wrong link. Whoops. Okay, I think everything's set up. Anyway. Now, leader of the opposition rising here. Oscar's starting off saying it's a disastrous part 2 of the prisons bill, the bill that saw quite a lot of controversy when it was raised in whenever it was raised. I think that was 3 weeks ago. No, I think it's 2 weeks ago. But yes, their own minister, I believe this might actually be the bill they proposed yesterday, not yesterday, last week, and it wasn't allowed to go forward because it was unfortunately not in the correct formatting. So I'm not sure what KOS orders are, but did have a lovely guard inspection not that long ago done by the T-Shock. Roblox people do have very fast planes, I have to say, getting from one place to the other. In record speeds too. I apologize, I'm just trying to tie my shoe, otherwise I will trip over it and die. You'd think they make new laces or something that work better. Anyway, he said, Oscar is saying there are more alternatives to the punishments that have been outlined in the Act.
Just beat it.
It could be, he's basically saying that it could have been done quite a while ago, yet still nothing. And he says the president is not even here, even after it was needed to be reproposed. There's no way to implement it through KOS orders in the game would die. No, the game would die. The government should find alternatives to this punishment through reviving the courts. So yes, I think there's a very strong opposition to the bill there. Points of order being raised by the deputy from the Social Democrats there. Oh, I think the LCC has already caught on to it. Who's Catherine? Who is this? Can anyone in chat tell me who this is? Or I think there might be a Shanadori. No, not even that, they're in the door. Okay, I certainly suspect that's one of the Green Party members. Genius, turn that off. Okay, LCC is making a point here. I'm not too sure what it will be, but I suppose we have to wait and see first. Apparently the deputies fled the chamber. One of the deputies is saying writing their resignation on toilet, not on a tissue, but we have another point of order raised again. This one actually by the Social Democrats, probably from earlier. He says that there's clearly disgraceful behaviour and the government TDs have continued even when warned by himself. And he's asking that if it continues, they be immediately ejected, not rejected. He quotes they're making a mockery of the chamber. Oh, like the current... Oh yeah, he's making an example out of this. Oh, apologies. Don't know what happened there. But yes, there is a random... Oh, that's very laggy. Whoops. A member is begging to be R15, so... I mean, I'm not sure if that's an ejection. I know the choice I would have probably made in this position. And you've even got government TDs asking her to be gone. Andrew Clark calling for the guillotine. Guillotine, something like that. Oh, what's the time there? I should probably keep this more professional. But yes, anyway, I mean, this is just complete and utter chaos, I would say. I mean, it is the duel, I don't know what we expect at this point. Oh, he has actually asked the member to withdraw from the chamber. I believe they will be kicked now as they are refusing to leave the chamber. Yeah, I believe that is Cake being kicked. Yeah. I mean, this is disgraceful, which appears to be coming from the government. Please, if this isn't the government, I'm incredibly sorry. But this is disgraceful behaviour from someone who's meant to be on the government benches, it seems. I think the clerks here need to be more present. Oh, we've seen Wilberforce getting a promotion to CC, no longer LCC. I really need to learn that because I can't just keep saying CC on stream. I wonder if we will be brought up by... Oh, I've just had a government member confirm they have no clue who these people are. How they are in Finafor, these may be from Green Party members. And I mean, in my personal opinion, the Finafor has always been... not Finafor. Green Party's been very more lenient because we have just seen people like, I would say, Neve and Bo, who might not take their jobs as seriously as someone, say, Mr. Sunday would. So you get a lot of these TDs that might not respect the standing orders. Again, I cannot confirm whether this is just my own personal opinion, and I think it would be an accurate description of the party. But I would also say they're very good. They are still very powerful influence over Ireland, regardless if they are professional or not. I guess they're professional in their own special way. A member has been asked to withdraw something, I don't know what. Appears the TD doesn't know either. Oh, Eamon's turned up. I'm not sure if that he will now take. I mean, I would assume he takes over the session now. I mean, it's very unruly today. We've got. I mean, again, you don't get out of your seat and walk right up to a clerk. You sit down. You never ever walk up to the chair. Oh, a deputy's being asked to be. She was ejected under standing orders, so I don't actually believe Will has the powers to ban. This is very chaotic. We've got two members standing up trying to debate their own cases. I'm very confused as to what's happening. And you can't point of order another point of order. When the chair raises, all deputies should actually sit, so he shouldn't... This member shouldn't have been talking anyway, he should have stayed sat. I do recognise checkmail every day you have put your hand up. I would like to ask, did the actually go out? Okay, good. Oh! But did it, I assume everyone got the app when I did RTE. Okay. It didn't come up with the usual warning, so... Okay, I was just making sure everyone got that. So... I mean, this isn't the type of professionalism you'd expect from the duel, the Oireachtas, let alone the duel, where the Taoiseach resides. The member did withdraw the words, and again, Mr. Sunday shouldn't be standing up. I'm very confused as to what's happening. I mean, at this point, I would have just probably asked the deputy to withdraw, then... And what are we even talking about at this point? He's asking to continue, but I don't know what he's trying to continue. Again, this is a very difficult job for... Oh, I've been at it twice. Okay, I don't understand why I've been added in role request and bot commands, but... Fair enough. Right, the member is now continuing their debate. I mean, again, you have to remember this is a very difficult job for the LCC, or the CC in general. The deputy under Labour says that not only is this piece of proposed legislation misleading, but simply does not apply to the game. Okay, he's going back over to Taoiseach now. We've finally got a bit of order here. Mr. Sunday says that the measure they brought up, I believe they were saying something about the fact that it was you could not implement it. So he said that he misunderstands and this is not something for the in-game. Again, I haven't actually read this bill, so I can't actually say. Usually, I very rarely see the bills because, Social Democrats, mail it to me once every few months, not 3 months, every few weeks. Sometimes I don't get them, sometimes I do. I mean, the only bill I've seen for now is the confidence bill. The Taoiseach finishes quite after his time is finished. He says the punishment will be indefinite prison time or banishment, or banned. Okay, we have Eamon McGrath back on the chair now. Wilberforce taking his seat there. We're going back to the deputy here that originally raised the point. So I was just trying to see what was on his line. Aye. Oh, Eamon apologises to the chamber for being late. I hope the funeral wasn't too bad. So I'm not sure what I meant to say to people who've come home from funerals. Hope you feel better. There we go, I apologise. Now we do have Dublin North here. So we get a lot of confusion between Dublin North and North Leinster. Yesterday, I'm pretty sure leader of the opposition was called deputy for North Leinster. When he was also deputy, no, he was deputy for Dublin North. He said that what the Taoiseach has just said, says that oh my god. The Dublin deputy for North Dublin says that what the Taoiseach has just said means they're using moderation against people who've done something in game. He says that the man opposite was crying yesterday about low participation, and now he wants to ban people for committing in-game crime. However, we have had a point of order raised by Taoiseach. He said that is not what I said nor insinuated, but I would say he did say they would ban the members potentially, so I think that is use of moderation actions. Oh, I do actually have a member in RT trying to raise their hand. I think, yeah. Hello,
Oh,
Checkmail.
wow. I can finally speak.
What are you Shanadori for? It's a stage.
I was
I pull you up. It's not general chat where anyone can talk.
get you. Okay, yeah, I'm a Shanadori for Cork for Fianna Fáil.
What minister for?
And I'm Minister for Domestic Affairs and Leader Shad Aaron.
Oh, can you tell us anything about the plans that you have for the NAS? Because I know it's not currently under you, but it is planned to be under domestic affairs. Do you have any plans for the NAS? It's been a very hot topic this week.
It is a very hot topic and I agree with that. But at the moment it's a problem because it's not under me. and probably by the time it will get under me, we'll have probably a week left in the term or 2 weeks. But my plans at the moment is I want to continue the active drive because I consulted with the minister for sorry, I consulted the minister for the community's culture and language, High
I will
Popcorn,
note that
about
is
how we
what the
can.
NAS is currently under. So please continue.
Yes, I consulted with her on how we can kind of continue the NAS. Because at the moment, I got a letter from Social Democrats, Leah. She was concerned regarding it, and I told her, "Look, I appreciate it that you're coming up to me, and I appreciate that the concerns. But the current problem is it's not under me, and I obviously I forwarded the letter to iPopcorn, so she said she'll deal with it. But my idea at the moment is to bring under the domestic affairs, and I'll continue the activity run. I want to see some sort of activity, maybe even pull off an inspection as well to ensure that there is some sort of activity. But
Oh, so an inspection of the
I think
NAS.
with National Ambulance Services, it's a lot of in-game development needed first.
Okay, I mean, I think an argument I would raise and many others would raise is the NAS has been
A few
fixed
bit
for
of bob out
quite
of
a
my
while.
pocket just to.
What?
I
Well,
wouldn't
the
mind taking a bit of money out of my own pocket.
oh well, apparently the NAS had already been fixed for like 2 weeks since it was actually raised in the door.
Sorry,
Well, some members, including myself, would argue that the NS has been
I think you've
fixed for
got cut
quite a
off or
while.
something.
Oh, right, sorry. Many members, including myself, would argue that the NES has already been fixed for quite a while. With the just think of the name, with development issues and everything. So why is it taking the government this long to respond on it?
See, the problem with the NAS is it has been neglected and it's been neglected by for months, like, but it is a problem because you see we've had a confusion between who jurisdicts what is the jurisdictions, how you there's different ways of interpreting the law. It says that the community's culture and language controls the NAS, but it also says domestic affairs controls the NAS. So what I've done is I've proposed a minister's amendment, which is going to be obviously listen to me. I'll be giving the speech here in the dawn in regards to it, but it will clear up the changes. I ensure that An Garda Síochána and the National Ambulance Service are both under the the Ministry of Domestic Affairs, while it keeps the Ministry for Culture and Communities and Language all into their own respective jurisdiction.
So
But
it is being. Sorry, I
you
would like
see,
to ask. So it is being voted on today.
it will be voted on today in the Dáil and in the
Okay, I was
Senate.
just
Yes, I'll be
okay. I was
presenting it
just
in the
making
Dáil.
sure. I personally, I didn't actually know the Shanadori could present. No, could Shanadori ministers at least could come down to the door. But I guess it does make sense.
And
Anyway, no point of
yeah,
orders have
and
been allowed on the matter, and they're now moving to the third reading. So I just have to interrupt you there because now I
no
believe we move
worries.
to voting.
Yeah, but like
Okay,
in the standing
they're
orders,
now.
Dáil Aaron.
Yeah, they're now voting to move the bill to a third reading, which I believe is approving it to go to the next chamber, the Shanad. Um, and we seem to have a lot of yeses. Oh, I'm not sure if. Oh no, this is to go to the third reading where they then approve of the bill. I'm pretty sure. Yes. Okay. Now the question is whether the bill passes. I was very confused because the opposition had been saying the bill was bad, but then agreeing to move to a third reading. So I thought it was just to ask if they wanted to move. Um. Okay. I do see that the government is in unilateral agreement that it does pass. The opposition has all said no, but that doesn't matter because the government has a majority in the chamber today. Now we wait to see what the next bill is. I would like to mention, if any readers at home would like to see If we'd like to ask any questions, please send them in my DMs. I always run out of questions. So we do currently have the Minister for Domestic Affairs up here. Oh, we have Bo wishing to speak. I do actually have quite a few things I'd like to ask her.
Hey!
Hello.
Sorry.
Flip. I'm sorry. I need to quickly check their username now. Is Kate, the member who turned up in the door, is that one of your okay, TDs?
Yeah, I actually don't know what she's been doing. I've been getting a plaster. I cut myself, so I went downstairs. So I have no clue what she's been doing.
Oh, I hope you're okay from that cut then.
Well, I've actually just found out what she's done. You know, I'm in agony, a bit like my cut. So she
Oh,
actually has just DM said that she'll make up for it. So maybe yeah.
I mean, personally, I would have done standing order 44 on her way before than what happened. But I mean, each CC is entitled to their own opinion. So
Yeah, yeah. Oh
have
no! Oh, she wants. No, no, no! Don't bring her up! Don't bring her up!
no, don't
Keep her
worry.
down.
She hasn't been approved by party leaders to come up, so I'll just usually prefer to ask for something or actually know them beforehand. But I think I would like to ask a lot about the prisons bill. Actually, we've had very fierce debates over the practicability. The practical execution of this bill, because it seems more roleplay than it does actually doing something. It's just kind of like a pretend rule. So, what do you have to say to people who think that, and do you think there is any practicality to it?
Well, I think something needs to happen. Something does need to happen. I was just playing the game yesterday, just casually enjoying my day, and all of a sudden, this rogue business cafe owner starts shooting me at the front of the door. Like, I'm sorry, that is so not okay. I just think we need to come up with a solution, and I think hopefully we'll do it. I hope the bill passes. That's all I have to say on that
But I
bill.
would I would argue in the game there is like jails and stuff already in there. Why not just use those where there's already legislation for it, rather than creating this new prison bill that I would argue does practically nothing for the group.
Well, can I just say the program for government was called A New Age for Ireland. So it doesn't really. You have to think about what the program for government suggests. It's a new age for Ireland. You know what this government is clearly doing is setting out new ideas, new bills, new plans to revitalise the community.
I did
And I
like
think
I remember
I think it's
getting
worked. I think it's been working. I'm sorry. I think it's actually been working. The community seems way more engaged recently, especially since the visit from the Pope.
yeah, I think that's something I definitely want to say. This group has gotten a yeah, it's gone a lot more active, which is actually very incredibly nice to see. And I always look at RC stats and I'm always happy to see there's usually green numbers, always people in the audience and stuff. So yes, it is very nice to have this newfound activity within Ireland. Um, I mean, we are really bouncing back from where Valorous left us off. Whether that's a good thing or a bad thing, that's up to viewer interpretation. But
Aren't you a social democrat? I thought you were a social democrat.
yes, I am chairperson. However, I don't spout off those beliefs here. I mean, my personal opinion on Valorist, again, I can't say it, but I'll have to tell you in DMs or something. But yes, they did leave Ireland quite inactive. I would say that's the only thing you can really say about their government. Um, okay, I'm just trying to see what I can't. What bill is this that's currently being presented?
It says defence against treason.
No, we just voted on that bill. What's the current bill we're voting on? No, not
Um,
voting.
I don't actually know. It's not on the thing. I was talking to you. Oh my God. Right.
Oh,
It's
can anyone tell me in general chat or something?
it's something to do with the other chamber.
Ah, I see. It's probably
Yeah.
oh, what's it called?
Oh my God! I swear to God, who pinging me?
Oh, no, I couldn't tell you who. Hold on, I'm just trying to.
I don't know. I can't even see. No.
I'm like guessing.
What the
I'm doing
hell
like
is
two
going
things at once right now. Yeah, I believe this is a bill to a constitutional convention. I believe something to do with the president that was brought up.
Oh, is it about the presidential? How you can appoint to yeah.
I thought they tried doing that, but it didn't.
I don't know.
Yeah, hold on.
I'm pretty sure this is Oh, it's a motion on constitutional convention. Yeah.
I believe this is probably one of those motions you can table beforehand. Again, I have no clue what. Should have probably learned about this before.
Well, we all know the motion that happened yesterday. It was very, very disgusting.
I mean, I think.
Do you not?
I mean, I would say that maybe it shouldn't have been raised, but
Were you there
again,
yesterday when they put that
yeah, I did
motion
see it.
against me?
I did see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was recording.
Disgusting. That was absolutely disgusting.
I think that maybe the step shouldn't have been taken, but again, it's also, I guess, a punishment for the government for, not having the members in game to, be able to support them for such a motion like that. Because you had to get your members on last minute. It's kind of like a wake-up call for the government. Because as you can see, it was successful in getting deputies in the game earlier. So I would argue it's just the opposition putting the government back in their place. But again, that is again up to what you want to think and say. There's been a motion to move to the third reading by Taoiseach here. We have had someone raise the debate. So that means Leader of the Opposition gets priority to speak. Oscar asks another concerned Leader of the Opposition here. I understand I'm getting Monkey Mo MA. I know you sent me a lot of DMs, but I cannot check them at the moment because I'm very busy. You have 3 people raising their hands, and only 1 can come up. But you know what? I'll bring Checkmail back up. I want to hear what he says. Has to say.
Hello.
Hello. What is
I've
it?
returned. Oh no, I thought I just got put off. I thought there was
Oh yeah,
more else
I
to
did
say.
put you off just because I thought other things to talk about. Whilst you are up here, I want to quickly ask: can we get like any information about other things that the domestic affairs are going to be doing other than the NAS?
Well, at the moment, it's 2 weeks now coming left. We've I've already begun making Discord server for the domestic affairs ministry because we don't have one. we haven't had one in domestic. The department for interior didn't have one either, from what I'm aware. I couldn't find one, but now it's called domestic affairs. So now we'll be starting up the Discord server, and although it's a small step, it is the foundation for a stronger and more effective department. And I think as well it will build the stepping stones for the future department, for future terms which govern the Department of Domestic Affairs. God forbid it gets removed, but like the national answers need to be put under the department, and I want us to establish collaboration with other agencies, start reaching out to the public as well to hear what changes will be accepted. So that will be literally as soon as I get a point. Well, as soon as my amendment gets put in.
Oh, I would like to very quickly finish your time here for now. I would assume that both Garda and any other future public services as such will be also going under domestic affairs.
That's correct. Yeah,
Okay.
any public agency will go under domestic affairs. Yeah.
Okay, I may bring you up shortly after in case anyone else has any questions. But until then, it was lovely having you up for now, and I guess we'll see
Thank you
you
very
talk in
much.
the door or in the Shannon. Okay, we do have
Oh,
Antenna Store. Hello, we do have the Antenna Store here. So I do want to ask you a few more questions, Suha, but I am just currently trying to think what to ask. What are some other bills that we will be looking forward to seeing tonight?
right, hold on. It's a lot harder to click now. I'm injured. Right.
Again, I'm very sorry to hear about your injury there.
Right. Um. Bum, 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 bum.
The deputy here has been censored, I believe, by the deep state here. Lots of tags, unfortunately.
Oh, that guy. I mean, he's probably not really contributing that much.
I mean, he is part of the opposition. I would say he's still quite important to you, at least.
Oh,
You
what about Checkmill's amendment on the
Yeah,
minister's
actually,
bill?
I want to hear what you have to say about domestic affairs. I think there's been a lot of. Personally, from what I've seen, I've had a lot of people say there are no need for domestic affairs. What do you have to say about to those people who are saying that we don't need a domestic affairs department?
Um, I'm surprised they didn't say it about something like defence. We had defence for a while, and we just took it out. We just didn't need it. But I think we do kind of need domestic affairs. Yeah, we've got foreign affairs. I think we need domestic because who else is gonna specifically tackle the issues with our nation? Like, I'm sorry, who? I don't know. But I think in the amendment, I think he was outlining. It was something to do with. He was clarifying the roles of the community's culture and language and domestic affairs.
Yeah, I think it was made very confusing. That for I'm not even sure if the NAS was under communities, culture and language. It might have been. Yeah, I'm not too sure. We now have members voting on the bill. Oh no, voting to move motion to the next. I'm not actually too
I,
sure. Oh right, the motion. Asking if the motion does pass.
what am I voting? Yeah, I know what I'm voting.
I think I would vote all because it's very close. You've got 3 tasks on the government bench. Yeah, we've got a vote all here now. Members of the text dialogue will now. No,
God,
members of the duel will start going to vote. We have 4 in tar, it seems. 4 in nil. So that automatic. Oh no, we've got 5 in tar now, so it will pass, I believe. Again, we do have to wait for the CC or clerks to verify the results.
can I just say, before this, I had 6 female TDs. Now I've got like 4. So I'm
I
gonna
think
5.
I think that's a lot more than any other party would have. I mean,
Yeah, I had 7. I had 7 female TDs.
I think if the Green Party had one mission for equality, they are following it very well. I think that was something Jesse and the Green
I'm
Party were both very adamant on.
pretty sure it was in a fool that said that their party was all about equality. I'm pretty sure.
No, I thought it was Green Party. You know, you had Jesse. I think a few terms ago. It might have been under People Before Profit actually.
You know,
You had
I'm
you had
pretty.
Jesse coming up to the door, like carrying a baby into the chamber, demanding that there be equality for parents and everything. So I think
You know, I think I might try that out next week. Me and my TDs will always, yeah, in protest. Yeah, in protest.
But yeah, I mean,
But,
there's definitely. I think the Green Party's been very hard on, equality within Ireland.
well, you know, if we have 7 female TDs, surely we could get a ministry for women and equalities. Then,
I mean, I don't really see how
well,
that. I mean, I think I can
it
see how that
for
chamber
everyone.
would work, but I would just think merge it into another department like
We
CCL.
could, we could create the Equality Act 2010. Just the Equality Act. You
And
know.
just make sure there's no more discrimination in Ireland, even though you'd probably get banned if you started
Oh no!
discriminating against anyone.
As group management have said, Ireland has become toxic, and what we need to do is we need to bring up equality. And
I would argue that I mean Ireland hasn't gotten toxic. I just think there's been a lot of bad people recently joining. I mean all groups. You cannot just expect your groups to not have these periods in their time, but I mean, I think it will just blow over. We'll be fine. I mean, there hasn't been any hackers in the game today, so that's an improvement, I suppose. Or yesterday, actually. So, and
Mhm.
T-Shock is responding. Is this
Oh my!
still on the same bill?
I swear someone's pretending to be Kate May or something like that, but she's not here. She got ejected apparently. I did hear that she stood on the table and started dancing. Sorry, I can't help that. Apparently she started dancing on the table, but that's only what I got told.
I don't think she danced on the table, but I definitely, if you mean the clerk's table and everything. But she
Well,
walked up to the CC, which is something you never do, and started asking to get R15, asking the clerks as well. I mean, we also had, I believe this was another Green Party TD, who came down, called Maxi fit, and then took her seat. So I
uh,
think,
yeah, I
I,
think I don't see the last one calling someone. I don't see how that's. I think that's a compliment. She was being nice, being friendly.
but I do
Um,
think you should. She
probably,
went down to the clerk and then stood in the centre of the room
probably,
and went, "Hello, everyone."
probably not at the right time, but
Yeah, probably not the right time. We have Oscar Sullivan here speaking. I just realised this pin is a T-shirt. It's not actually 3D. I mean, I get all my pins 3D. I only have one pin, but
who
yeah.
cares? Oh, sorry.
What? So is it
Sorry, no.
against me?
Oh, I thought you were on about pins. Sorry, we're talking about the Oireachtas quota bill. We're not talking about pins.
No, sorry. But yes, I just wasn't sure what the bill was. So anyway, yes, the Oireachtas quota bill, which I would assume requires a certain amount of people to turn up. But I thought it was already in the standing orders, so
God, Oscar wears the same boring hair and the glass doesn't change. God, really needs. And his wardrobe, he dresses like Gatsby. You know, I don't see
I
why he's pretending.
I would say he steals a lot from Killian, but he
No,
said.
that,
Sorry, Oscar is just saying now that he stands for revival of Monaghan, but these measures could wipe the door, especially when oftentimes events aren't even hosted for a good week. I think he's
hold on.
just talking about when events just aren't happening often.
He wants to revive the game, but he was the business owner that started killing citizens outside his own cafe. So
I'm not
that
sure if Guard had turned up. I got an announcement, but I wasn't
no,
sure if they turned up. Um,
he just started killing poor innocent citizens.
oh, he has just said he hasn't seen many I believe many, if not any, government members on Monaghan. That being
Oh my
T-Shock.
God.
Hi,
That is
Popcorn. Well, Erin and sometimes both are photo opportunities, apparently. And this was an accusation directly against you, so I think it's only right to ask you.
I'm
Oh, you
sorry.
are actually rising.
I was playing. Uh, I was playing the game literally today with my new TDs. I'm sorry. I don't know what he's on about. I think crazy if you think.
We have the
You
deputy
know,
for Dublin North.
at least when I go on the game, at least I can behave appropriately. All we can do is pull out a gun and start shooting other political opponents. That is
Is that a direct quote from you?
what.
Well, what you just said, is that a direct quote from you?
Yeah, that is a direct quote. That's what he does. I've watched him as a victim.
Oh, I thought you meant that was what your party was doing. Sorry. Who's doing
I'm
that?
sorry. No, 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 no. Last night, me and my fellow Green TDs were being chased around by a former Green senator who started
Oh.
shooting. That was the crazy part.
Oh, we've had another member saying he proposes now another bill specifically targeting the opposition in speech and making activity quotas on TDs and surveillance of deputies to make sure they comply.
I think this election is going to be really strange.
This election,
Yeah, whenever an election, I just think it's going to be really strange.
and this would be the first time you leading a party during an election, so I would say it would probably be strange, especially for someone like you.
No, not for me. I just think for
Oh.
Ireland,
Oh, right, I
it's
see. I mean, I think this election is definitely going to be close. I mean, I think anyone who says that an election isn't close, that we need to stop talking about it, is starting. We are getting close to an election now. We need to start thinking about the choice we're going to make. For now, it's not close enough to start thinking about campaigns and everything. But it's getting close to start developing strategies, really thinking about what the government is doing and everything.
I would disagree. I think it's the right time to gather all your resources for the campaign.
Oh yeah, definitely like
just so you're a little bit prepared.
Yeah, it's definitely the time for discussion about campaigns, maybe getting parties to outreach to each other and stuff like that. But I think we'll see very fierce campaigning questions within the next 2 weeks, because considering I believe that's the last 2 weeks of term. Don't quote me on that, but I think it is. Yeah,
Oh, we will.
because we have one more week of this month, and then next week will be when we get it. So, well, the week after that one.
I wonder what the questions will be on the RTE debate. Hopefully, they're good questions.
Questions regarding what?
The questions on the RTE debate. Well, I know I'll be answering it.
I have nothing to do with that. I've been told
I know.
that I can come on to election night. I promise I won't be biased or anything. I do swear on that, but I would argue that chairman, they're really quite, not chairman, just chairpersons in general. I would say outwardly they are very neutral. Obviously, they have a bias towards their party, but I would argue that they're more neutral when talking to other members, just because that is what their role entails. They're more the internal force rather than the external. Anyway, I believe there's more debate here, but yes, hopefully I'll be on election night. But yeah, I do wonder what the questions will be. I mean, it will be interesting. Whatever the answers are, whatever's going to happen, it will definitely be interesting. We've got, leader of the opposition raising here, whilst his own Social Democrat member was talking. I think this is a motion to...
Here he goes. He's telling the CC what to do. Yeah.
Oh, I mean, I think if there is debate, you will have to follow it. But you can raise a motion to stop members from debating. How it is the time. The time is very close. I would say the CC is within their right to say something like this.
people are abusing these motions for no reason. Personally, the motion against me yesterday was just horrendous. It was disgusting. It was very disgusting.
I mean, I did think you can raise them midway through. I mean, I had a motion to censor me, I'm pretty sure, and it was like right at the end during a speech. Cheers, Huey. That was a very lovely thing to do to me. But I mean, I think that was just right at the end. It wasn't even tabled beforehand. I'm sorry if that's wrong. It might have been tabled beforehand, but I think. I mean, you did get your members on again. I think it was definitely a tactic to try and get the government to really think about what they were doing, because again, yesterday the attendance was so poor for the government. I mean, that's not even something you can be opinionative about. It was just subjective. There was a majority within the opposition. But, okay, here they are asking Leader of the Opposition to sit. I think a debate must be held unless 2/3 of the chamber agrees to move to the next stage.
Boy, don't call me. What?
Two-thirds majority when moving, like, yeah, like in the Shannon, when people wanted the Shanadori to stop speaking because he was just filibuster. I think it requires a 2/3 motion, not. I think in the door it requires only present members. I'm kind of waffling here. Basically, I think it requires a 2/3 motion to stop a debate, and currently there's been lots of confusion over it. And it is a very difficult decision for the CC to make here, because we're going into 9 p.m. now, which is the time Shannon should be, held. I mean, yeah, the government has disappeared. It's now equal in the chamber, 4-4.
It's 4-5.
Oh, sorry. Oh my god, I'm terrible at counting. Never mind. 4-5. I was never sharp as tool in the shed, but
Doing GCSE maths.
I can only do multiplication. Don't ask me to add anything up. I always get it wrong. I believe we'll just move to voting because there isn't time to really continue debate.
Can you just get me to say? Right. Okay. I, Safirini, leader of the Green Party, do humbly invite Oscar Sullivan, leader of the Social Democrats, to come join me on Monaghan with my TVs after this session. Clip that and send that to him.
I mean, I can try and deliver that for you. I'm not sure if I will be able to. Give me just a second.
Ding dong, ding dong. Ding dong. What is going on? God,
Okay, I apologise. I think.
And people say my TDs were bad. Oh.
There may be a motion of no confidence in CC after this.
Well, can I just say I was the one that I was the first one to table that motion. Then I would withdraw it due to the lack of support that I would probably get.
I would assume that. Actually, I probably can't say that, but
this Labour
withdrawn.
team not want to say I withdraw. It's just if I said something, I would just say I withdraw. Move on.
I mean, sometimes, just speaking from my own experience, sometimes I do find myself, wanting. Sometimes it feels unfair to get targeted by these things. Yeah, they do. The TD has every right to not withdraw it, but then they must leave the chamber. Why has he gotten up? Oh, it's a vote all.
Uh,
Okay.
because the speaker didn't do it in bloody cat.
Oh, we have Mr. Sunday coming up here. I will get you up in just a second. So that is 4 in nil and 5 in tar. I'll probably bring you up after this voting's done, Mr. Sunday. I mean, yeah, as I was saying, when I was a TD, at least speaking from my experience, sometimes there are some things that you don't want to withdraw, you don't want to rephrase because there's nothing wrong with what you've said. But ultimately, it is the decision of the chair whether you withdraw or don't, or rephrase. So if you do choose to take your stand on the decision, then you will also have to face the consequences of potentially being removed from the door.
Oh yes, finally, Oscar Sullivan's actually, answered my DM. Fabulous man. He's honestly a fabulous man. That's him. What did they say?
I don't know
All's
what they
fair.
say.
All's fair in love and poetry. Oh, no, all's fair in love
That's
and
so
politics.
relevant. That is so
No.
relevant.
Okay.
No, I'm sorry. That was very rude and
I
sarcastic
think
of me.
I think you should apologise.
Okay,
Apologise.
I apologize on national television. I'm very sorry for that. Um, I was just joking. Obviously, I need to stop making jokes that no one gets because I'm just stupid like that. I make jokes no one gets. Anyway,
Your brother was making a joke just a minute ago before you went on mute.
what was the joke? I didn't hear.
I couldn't hear the joke, but I could definitely tell it was a joke. Now, hold on. I'm being called. Hold on. There we go.
Oh, if you want to pick that up, we do have Mr. Sunday here who wants to come up.
No, it's just my TD group chat calling.
Okay. Well, hold on, is this OSA?
Oh, here they come.
Oh
What, my...
well, we had a very secret phone call last night. I think it was at midnight. We just started calling each other. So
Why, have you got a really separate GC?
yeah, top secret. No one can know about it. But yes, we had like a 4-minute call in the middle of the night. Very fun.
Uh,
Um,
how top secret is this GC?
Toppest of all top secrets ever.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Like, I can't even tell you what's to do with that. That's how secret it is. Oh no, Mr. Sunday put his hand down.
Is this because you really want to be with Fiona Full and you don't want to speak to the Green Party?
What? That has
Yeah.
nothing to do with what I was saying.
Yeah, you want to speak. You want to speak to the best man for the job. Wow, wow. That, you're only saying that because I'm the only female party leader.
I am never ever going to
Well,
leave.
that
Okay, right.
I-
This is gonna end up with me saying something extremely biased or saying something I shouldn't say. Um.
Oh my god! For a second there, I thought Erin wasn't wearing her Irish pin, and I was going to start shaking. Oh my god!
Oh,
But I had.
is it a requirement that all TDs wear? No, all your TDs wear an Irish pin.
Well, in the Green Party, it is. In the Green Party, we have to. Yeah, it shows patriotism.
Right, I see.
You know, if you look at if you look at the green TD behind me in the yellow outfit, she's wearing the pin
Yeah, I can
proudly.
see it. Everyone's hair is covering it, which is a very big disrespect to
Yeah.
Ireland. But obviously, I'm joking. It's not. I mean, I don't think there's too much wrong with it. I mean, I know in America you could probably get charged to 10 years if you cover the flag in any way. But can I just say the laws and like flags and stuff in America are so backwards. But anyway, we are in Ireland, so. Oh, hold on. Is this? Oh, this is a draw.
Oh, is it? It shouldn't be, because there should be 5 TDs for us.
There isn't. 4-0, 4 Tar. The bill doesn't
Motion to,
pass.
motion to revote, Kelly O'Reilly. Motion to
Oh,
revote.
Erin didn't get up in time.
Oh,
Hold on, are you sure this is Erin?
Kelly.
Yeah, no, it is Erin. Sorry.
Found Kelly. I think Kelly O'Reilly should join the game.
Hold on, is Neve still in the Green Party?
Yeah.
Why have we not seen a lot of her in the door then?
She's playing more of an absent part from the Green.
Oh, I see.
You know, we're well, the Constitution
Hold
is
on.
being set.
Hold on, no, I'm sorry. The Shanad is convening without. The door is going to continue as the Shanad. Okay.
Motion to revote.
The bill does fail.
I think motion to revote. Motion to revote, and if we motion to revote, the opposition would easily lose, because
I think the CC has to agree with a motion to vote, so I don't know if it would necessarily pass.
If we looked at motion to revote, we would win, because there would be 7 in Tar and 4-0.
Yeah, but the issue is that your TD didn't go in time, so it's just because your TD didn't make it doesn't mean that there should be a revote.
They definitely should extend the time.
I think they should. I'm not sure. I haven't read. I mean, I'm not too sure what the standing orders say because I read them like a few months ago because I'm not a TD anymore. But I'm pretty sure there aren't really any guides on when a revote must happen. I think there should just be an outline on when revotes can happen, not just they can happen at any point, any time, just because someone doesn't agree with it. But I think a motion to adjourn should. Yeah, I think we are just going to adjourn at this point.
Oh my god! To be fair, why does the opposition want to adjourn? Like, I think it's really important that we remain in the chamber and do our jobs.
I mean, it is 10 minutes over the time. I mean, I'm being forced to say a lot of biased things here. I can't.
No, the fact is that it doesn't matter that we're over time. If you want to actually do a job, why can't you just do the job? They're doing this because they oppose the bill.
I need someone from the opposition here. This creates an issue. I mean, looking from both sides of it, it is very compelling to end the door, but I would say there's also somewhat of a right to request a revote. I think the government. I mean, personally, I think the government should just take the loss, retable the bill for next week. Sorry, but it is. The bill did just fail, so I'm not sure if a revote should be allowed, or it is 11 minutes past now. I mean, the opposition can choose to leave.
Oh, it seems to be all going down in the chamber.
I want to see what's happening in the Shanad, but the door is still convening, so. Right, we're going to just resume to the Shanad because this is the time they've been allocated.
Hey!
I mean, we'll just have to get Bo to tell us what happens if a revote happens or anything.
The future Taoiseach might be in this room. It's not going to be in the Shanad.
I mean, yeah, but this is the time the Shanad is meeting. I'm kind of under obligation to do this because it's I mean, under RCE, I would say probably go to the Shanad because.
Well,
it's like broadcasting times. It's not like you have a show scheduled like for 9 o'clock and then the 8 o'clock show goes into 9:15 and you still record the 9:15 show. You just go over to the 10 o'clock show.
Well, the duel is made up of all elected officials, whilst the Shannon has elected officials and 2 appointed officials. You know, I think what the people want is the Dáil.
But you could also argue that, you know, people who have voted for the president executes the will of the people by appointing their own Shanadori, because they've been entrusted with that. I mean,
And
it's like, I think
and how people have voted Killian? I haven't voted Killian. You know,
and we didn't actually get a vote. Hopefully, next election we might have a vote, but it might unanimously be Killian again, not Killen. We don't actually have Victoria here today. She is absent from the chamber. So Baron is taking over. I'm not sure. I'm not too sure what's happening in the duel. Any updates, Bo?
well, he's saying that we don't have time for this.
To do what?
He just told me to sit down.
I believe there's been a motion to change, or in the Shannon to change temporarily their standing orders to say 51% for Kocha to pass. Kocha, I'm not sure how to say it. Which is just basically a motion to stop a member from speaking, like the one Baron had been using to filibuster. We've got Tutar here. No.
I don't think that man can filibuster if he's the chair in this Senate.
Yeah, he doesn't actually get a vote on this because he's LC at the moment. Oh, I actually learned how to say that. Caherloch. Caherloch? I hope I'm saying that right. I don't know how to say the least part though, the Leas.
We literally have so much.
I don't think the door was revoting on that.
We will be getting a vote anyways. Oh my god.
Right, okay, now the motion in the Senate has passed to reduce cloture to 51%. The first item on the agenda is now being read.
Boo! Boo! Disgusting man. Kill him! Grab the knife and kill him!
What is happening? Okay.
Get him! Get that man! Get that
right.
man!
Thank you for being here, and Tanish Store, Bo.
No,
it's lovely to have you here. Very violent threats made towards the end there. I hope Eamon is safe because I think those threats were directed at him. The Shanadori for Cork, Checkmail Every Day, will be presenting this bill. I mean, he's got his hand raised, so unless he wants to lower that, I will ask you to come up after you presented this bill. This is the amendment that he was actually talking to us earlier. Yeah, okay. This is the minister amendments. I'm not sure what number this is. There's been many amendments to the ministerial position. So it removes the care of public agencies from the Department for Culture, Communities and Language. There we go. He urges people to vote tar to clear up the confusion in the amendment. I have had even said that, quote, I don't have words anymore, that sitting was chaos. The rules and procedures of the chamber do not need to be respected. The CC should not be used for political gain by either side. I mean, we were talking to Antanishaw right there a second ago, and I think in the standing orders it needs to be made clear when a revote can happen. And, it does say in the standing orders, actually, that they should probably, I think, the duel needs to prioritise, what's it called? Yes, the duel needs to prioritise closing at 9 p.m., adjourning at 9 p.m. to allow the Shannon to go ahead, because I'm pretty sure the Shannon was delayed by 10 minutes before they decided to go ahead and start. So what is happening is very big. Oh, we have Mr. Sunday here, so I'm going to invite him to speak. I will bring you up after Checkmate every day, but I would assume that the C-Shock goes first. So is there anything? Sorry, just to ask, is there anything you want to say specifically before I jump right into the questions?
Specifically, no, not really.
Okay.
Other than
I will probably ask more questions about the Shannon in just a moment, but the duel was chaos there. I mean, do you agree with any of the rulings Eamon gave? Is there something that you believe needs to change?
I mean, I agreed with some of them. He was right to expel that woman at the very start. Well, no, that was actually Will. Will didn't do it quick enough. But he was right. People were saying Standing Order 19, we have to adjourn at 9. But these people, they're quoting Standing Order 19 and they didn't even read it themselves. If you read Standing Order 19, it says that closure shall not continue if it means the interruption of ongoing business, including voting or debate. And the people, they just didn't want to read that because it didn't suit them. And then they were accusing the CC of being politically biased, which is, I mean, it's insane because I was doing that when I was in opposition, saying that he was biased for a different government. And now that I'm in government, they're saying that he's biased for me. I don't know where their head does be at. But he was wrong at the very end to not allow a motion to revote because one of our deputies crashed and the other had very laggy internet, and we had a right to motion to revote, but
Are there any
it
specific
wasn't allowed.
terms? So, are there any specific terms under when a revote can be held?
No, the standing orders are ambiguous on that,
So that it can just be
but it's
held at any
happened.
point.
But by precedent, it has happened many, 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 many times before.
I think that is something that needs to be reviewed then.
Oh, we'll just do it next week.
Yeah, I think that is something that needs changing. There needs to be rules on when when a motion to revote can happen, because either side could be unhappy with the vote and just request a revote and it passes, because it is ultimately up to the CC. But then you have situations like this where there is nothing really to defend the CC. So
No, I mean you are right. The CC in the standing orders, as the chairman of the Dáil, does have final say, even if the opposition TD seem to have a problem with that. As you could see, I think one of them on the Labour bench has said like 3 separate times that he was a shill for us, or he was sitting on our ministerial benches.
I mean,
And then
I think an
yesterday
argument.
they were giving out because members of the government tried to vonk him, and now they're saying that he is a member of the government. They're all over the place. So
I think something I would say, and this may be somewhat biased towards the CC himself. I would say that no, the CC he couldn't have. If he was biased towards the government, he would have allowed a revote. So, I mean, again, do with that what you will, whether you believe
they
that or
won't
whether
like
you
hearing
don't.
that, Daniel.
No, it's just up to viewer interpretation. That's how I'm viewing it. Unfortunately, we don't really have any other conflicting views at the moment. If there
Well, what
was,
do
then
you
I would
think
bring
about
you
your
up.
party colleagues saying that exact thing, that the CC was being
It's
politically
RTE.
biased?
I can't. And maybe I'll be able to tell you in DMs, but I can't tell you here. Sorry, give me just a moment. I have to quickly do something. Hey, I'm not trying to avoid this. It's just something in my throat. Give me a second.
He has a frog in his throat because I asked him a difficult question.
No, I'm sorry. Back. Okay, that's resolved. Yeah, unfortunately, in my position, I cannot say, but I think that personally, the session should have just adjourned their government retabled their bill for next week, but that is my own interpretation. If anyone has their own
Well, it
views,
will happen because the Dáil has adjourned, so it will have to be voted
yeah,
next week.
I guess it will just.
And
have to go
hopefully
to
they
next
don't
week.
want to spend 30 minutes on the first bill this time. I think there is a problem in the Dáil with time limits. We need to say that we will be voting on a bill at a certain time, and voting the democratic process has to, if it reaches that time limit as expressed in the order paper, we have to vote. We can't let the things that the opposition were doing today to attempt to filibuster, to obstruct, to stop the vote. That can't happen again. And they will try it again, but we can't let.
So, did you just cuss out there, or are you done speaking?
No, I'm finished.
Okay. Sorry, I'm very sorry. It's just come to my attention that Detective Dala for Dublin North has been requesting to speak. William J. Perry, I'm very sorry. I didn't realise you were a member for the Labour Party. I wasn't trying to be biased or anything. I'm not trying to bring up only government members. I just thought you were some random person trying to talk.
Oh, fantastic. Hello, how are you?
Okay, hello. I am very sorry about that.
That's
So,
fine. It's good that you keep the Taoiseach here. It's very interesting. So last week, well, he was actually fuming on here, if you remember correctly. He was here yelling at the Senate. He was yelling at the president.
I don't think
And
I was
today he
on here
proposed
last
Yes,
week.
you did. You did.
That was 2
And
weeks
today you
ago
presented a
when the
bill to
incident
have a
with
constitutional
the
convention,
filibustering was
which
happening.
was
That was when
completely
I was
unnecessary
sorry,
because you've already
I will
made up your
hear-
mind.
So I will hear for what William J. Perry has to say. So give him just a moment there.
Thank you. So he has already made up his mind. He wants to change the constitution to limit first and foremost limit the president in making presidential appointees to the Senate, or deprive
That's
him of that
false.
capacity in
That's a lie.
incomplete. Oh, that's a
You
lie.
didn't
So what's the
yes,
point of the constitutional
you
convention?
You didn't read the amendment that we proposed.
I
last
read what
week.
you said, and you said we need to prevent the Senate from
Did
making
you read what the
Sorry,
amendment said
I
last
need to
week?
correct here. The amendment was later
We're talking about the
updated.
constitutional convention.
Oh, the constitution. Oh, I don't know what that was about.
No mention of the president has been made in the Constitutional Convention.
No, but you mentioned the Senate and the exact situation that we had last week, where you were fuming on here about the
That
president
wasn't
and their
mentioned
appointee.
in any debate about the Constitutional Convention.
But
apart from
you
by
did
you.
on here, and that's the entire rationale behind that proposal that
Sorry,
you made.
can I
I
see
did on here
the-
2 weeks ago as an alternative to filibustering, but in the
You want
amendment
to
that I
see the
proposed,
motion?
which was in the amendment that I proposed, was that we would have time limits in the Constitution for speaking, so that filibustering can't happen, and that
I
was
have
the
sent
alternative.
you the motion.
Hold on, can
But
I
that's
hear
not
what was
not
the-
outlined in your motion or any proposal
No,
that
what
you
was the
presented to the
constitutional-
DAO.
Yeah, because it's a
Convention.
motion to have a constitutional convention.
Yes, and you've already made up your mind, so it's very odd.
A convention chaired by the group owner that will have representatives from every single party, well, except Fine Gael because they're inactive, but we'll have representatives from every single party, which will have group admin participation. It will be chaired by the group owner. If you think that they're going to allow any sort of biased things, such as me getting rid of presidential appointments to so-called streamline our Shanid bills, it's completely fiction.
Who has the
Something like
majority
that is
in
not
the
going to
Constitutional
happen.
Convention?
Sorry, right. I will
Who has
have
the
to
majority?
stop. I just want to stop everyone there. I need to confirm, what is a constitutional convention? What is it? What was the plan for it to happen, Mr. Sunday?
It's a convention to discuss
I mean, he already
how the
outlined
Constitution
it.
should be restructured.
What
He
were
already
you
said
looking...
it would be the group
what-
owner and all that.
No, what were you looking to change in the Constitution Convention?
Well, firstly, we want to get rid of the Shanid classes. I think that is a bipartisan issue that everyone can agree on. The leader of the opposition has agreed with us on that past amendment. And we've also had a lot of bipartisan support for the introduction of elements of the Bill of Rights. Now, unfortunately, the group staff took issue with some of these and they vetoed the entire thing completely when they didn't take issue with everything. But we are going to be clarifying and increasing the rights that are protected under the Constitution. As well as that, I did want to be able to clarify the amount of Supreme Court justices that there can be and the processes for impeaching them, because that is currently unclear in our Constitution, and the President as well. That is unclear in the Constitution as well. And I'm sure when we're coming through, those were just the most important, the first priority that we were going to do in our amendment that got vetoed. But I'm sure as we are coming through the Constitution, as we are taking suggestions from the representatives appointed to the Constitutional Convention, we probably will be tweaking more than just what was in that past.
Okay, so I do have another statement given to me by the CC here. Again, I quote, I find it quite frankly Again, I quote, I find it quite frankly ridiculous that some TDs have questioned the impartiality of the CC and accusing the CC of being bribed by a certain party. No. And accusing the CC of being bribed by a certain party is, quite frankly, not only insulting towards myself, but also an attack against the impartiality and independence of Oireachtas staff and chamber leadership. Again, I think
Who
what
has
happened
accused
in
him
the
of
door...
bribery? I've never heard this accusation.
So, I mean...
It did happen in the Dáil. It was one of the Social Democrats.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So, I just
But he's
want...
wedded to your party, so I mean, it's kind of true.
No,
Okay,
he's
I
not
mean-
wedded to my party.
But he is.
My
but
party,
I don't
in
want
fact,
to-
voted against his nomination.
I don't want to accept, claims to someone who cannot actively defend themselves right now. But I think something to
Oh, that's true.
mention is that I think there's evidence to say that he was. I think personally, I've probably seen TDs say he's been bribed. So I'm not. Can anyone from the channel just quickly tell me what was voted on there? I completely missing these things.
I think it was capital punishment, but it might not have been.
Oh, let me quickly bring up check mail. He'll know.
Yes,
What was
yes,
that
I
motion? What was that motion that was just voted on? I saw the duel got brung up. What was that about?
It was the Defence Against Treason Bill 2025.
Why was one of the
25.
members talking about the duel?
It was the opposition being unruly, trying to oppose it.
Oh, we
And may I
were
just-
voting to adopt the execution bill.
And the opposition have only one Shenador in attendance, and who is AFK as well. Just brilliant, just brilliant. This is a motion.
I believe you are presenting another bill right now.
I am.
Okay, I'll let you get to that then.
I'd just like to say that on the point before where I was talking about the motion to revote, I did say here that the SOs were a bit unclear about it, and the CC also said that they were unclear. So I would like to say that for next week, we do plan on bringing in an amendment to the standing orders, so that if a motion is seconded, no matter the time, that the CC will have to hear it, whether it's debate or not, that the CC will have to hear it. It's a clarification that the standing orders need.
I think it's I think something to mention there is that the CC does have the ultimate power in the duels, so it's not like
Well,
I
the
don't
CC
think
will
you
have
can-
to
Hold
hear
on,
the
will you
standing
I,
orders.
prioritize-
I think the
okay,
CC.
look,
No, I think
look.
the CC can just ignore some motions, but again, I
Sure,
might be wrong
but
about that.
the Taoiseach just
Under the
said that he
current
wanted
standing
to.
orders.
We heard you in silence. So you have just said that you wanted to amend the standing orders. Are you prioritizing debate and discussion and like public discourse, or are you prioritizing motions? Which one goes forward or well, most important in your mind?
Do you think that voting on a motion is undemocratic when it's the elected democratic representatives that are
I
doing
think
it?
there's the entire point of having a legislature is for a discourse and criticism and discussion. I think that is the number one point. I think there should be a time limit to debate, but I don't think unless that time space has been violated or breached upon, which it was today. For the entire meeting, actually, it went over like 10 minutes over the allotted time. That should be number one looked at. Debating
But that's
times and
already
how much
clarified in
time
the
we are going
standing
to.
orders.
Well,
Under
evidently
Standing
not.
Order
Evidently
19
not.
that you were talking about, there is a provision in that for when voting is ongoing or debate is ongoing that the Shannon can run, or the Dáil can run past that 9 p.m. mark.
However, you introduced an item after that threshold and then try to claim that, oh yeah, we're trying to, it's according to Standing Order 19. When you started a new item on the agenda, you made a motion.
Do you mean a
That
new
is
bill?
something completely new. Yeah, that is not part of what we discussed. You introduced that past the threshold of the session. That is not a continuing agenda that we had discussed earlier. So how does that work? How do you tie that together?
Are you talking about the bill that we were debating and voting on?
I'm talking about your
Is
motion
that the
to
item that you're
revote.
talking about?
The
Well, that motion to revote wasn't heard.
Yeah, because it was past the beyond the threshold, beyond the allotted time for the session. So obviously it wasn't going to be heard. And you made the argument before that he
So
was
we are
wrong
going to
in doing
introduce an
so.
amendment so that it will be heard. That's what
Yeah,
I've
but
said.
you said he was wrong before, and now you're actually admitting that he was right. As far as I'm concerned,
so I've just had.
he was completely correct.
So
Yeah,
I've just
because
had
I
a
believe,
few.
given the circumstances, that a revote should have been allowed.
So I just want to interrupt there.
But it
I've
wasn't
just
incorrect.
been informed that quite a few strikes have been given out, all to the Green Party. 6 Green Party members have been issued a strike. Monkey Mo A and Jackie R. Westbrook have been striked for an ejection. And more notably, 15K King, former Taoiseach, has been issued a strike for 2 unauthorised absences. So... So I've just noticed Maxi's tilted his chair back. I'm not sure why. Anyway, I think what's currently happening in the Shannon, they are talking about the Constitutional Convention. Yeah, they are voting on the Constitutional Convention, but I'm not too sure. I think they're debating whether it's held in a motion or in an actual bill.
It's proposed as a motion, but it's written in the format of a bill, so I'm not really sure.
Yeah, I'm
how
not
it
sure
works.
what points they're trying to make here. I would have just debated it and let it go.
I mean, we have the offer right here, so you could explain it.
Yeah, it is a motion. It says a motion to convene a constitutional convention, and just because we've written the motion doesn't make it any less of a motion.
I don't know why
a motion begins with that. It's one single stanza or multiple.
This is a motion. It's not going on the statute books. This is for a temporary constitutional convention. There doesn't need to be a law for that. This is to arrange a frame that the Dáil can convene, can send TDs from the parties to the constitutional convention and come back with a constitution to propose to the Dáil, to the Shannon, and then to the people for a referendum.
Sorry,
it's a motion.
It's hardly enforceable because it's not a statute.
Of course, it's enforceable. It's a motion that's been voted on, so it is enforceable.
It's
a motion that's been voted on.
You should have made it into a law,
which is what it doesn't need to be a law because it's not going to be on the statute books permanently because it's not a permanent thing. It's a motion to convene a temporary constitutional convention.
So I am going to quickly bring up Checkmail every day as he is from the Shannon. Is there a specific reason why you've come up?
You might as well just keep me in this voice chat.
Okay, yeah, I will keep you up here.
It's a very calming voice, I'll be honest.
What is currently happening in the Shannon?
At the moment, what happened is Mr. Barr and Mr. Filibuster has something to say about the group staff because they once again swept in and are causing problems in the Senate once again with this constitutional convention. So he's trying to elaborate what's going on, but
Oh,
he
wait, that's
refuses
Baron,
to.
right? You said that's the guy
That's
who filibustered.
Yeah,
Mr.
he's also
Filibuster,
the
yeah.
LC.
Oh, what a legend!
Well,
I
that's
think a
not
lot of people
really.
would fight you on that. There.
Well, it was a blank
That's
day for the government. They were in a period of national mourning as soon as he started to talk. It was a terrible, terrible day for them. Great day for me, entertainment-wise.
in fact, it was the undemocratic blocking of a bill, trying to silence everyone and trying to stop it just so everyone can vote nay, so he can just sit down, trying to get it his own way. That's undemocratic.
Right,
That
sorry,
is a
I've just
sad
had
day for everyone. It's a shame for the opposition. It's a shame on you.
Sorry,
For criticism.
I need to criticize. Right, no, not criticize. I've just had Dave say in DMs that the LC is LCH. So I didn't know that was their full title. That he's trying to clarify whether the motion only occurs in one house or both houses. So he's not sure whether the Shannon
Well,
can vote on a dual motion.
sorry, yeah, it's been voted. It's been verdict is no need to vote in Shannon. It's motion passed.
Oh, I
Well,
mean,
that's what I mean.
in
It's
brackets,
odd.
here, it was said that the government should have proposed a resolution instead of a motion. But I
Yeah.
think either way, it
Who
would
cares?
still.
It passed anyway.
I think it would still happen.
He's so unambiguously not really 100% there, are you, T-Shuk? I mean, I mentioned to you earlier, and you're just so hell bent on having it as a motion for no reason. I don't understand.
You were saying is it a motion or a law, and I said it was a motion.
Yeah, because it's not enforceable in that case. That's why. If it's just
well,
a
it's going to
motion,
be
then it's a.
enforced.
Well, we'll see.
I believe it's not happening because the LCH has declared it as illegal. I think so. I don't think it's happening, but. So he's clarifying that means the dual handles the motion. It made however it intended to be. So I'm not. Very confusing, but I think that means it's not happening. Okay,
No,
there
it
are
I
is
no.
think it
happening. It
is
just doesn't
happening,
need
but
to be
there's no
voted in the
there's
Shannon.
no legal enforcement. There's no compulsion. It's not mandatory.
Right, well, I believe
That's-
right, the Shannon has adjourned. I mean, there were very confusing sessions there. So, I mean, thank you all for coming up. William J. Perry of Labour, Checkmail Every Day, in the Shannon of Finna Fool, and Mr. Sunday of Finna Fool and T-Shock. So, they were a very eventful day for the Oireachtas. We had the dual overextend their time, which may have been caused some very big issues. There was also a motion to revote, which also I think failed to pass. So we did actually have a government bill fail today. We also saw a motion for a constitutional convention. So group staff and according to Anti-Shock, the group staff, other members of the Oireachtas will all meet to talk about changes to the constitution. I don't know where that will happen, but anyway. I mean, other things to say. The Shannon has discussed quite a few more. Has discussed some of the bills. Minister's bill that Checkmail Every Day was talking about. I think that one passed. Anyway, it's been a wonderful evening. Thank you all for tuning in to the Oireachtas today. Again, I'd say very disorganized. This is why I need two people: someone to focus on what's happening in the Oireachtas, and then someone to manage these debates. But anyway, I mean, I don't think there's anything else to say. So have a wonderful evening and good night.